If you wanted a business that lets you capitalize on the current AI revolution that is going on right now, and you wanted something that was easy to start, something that was easy to maintain, and something that you could do by yourself, then this is the business idea for you. And you've probably heard this before, but I'm about to put a brand new spin on it and a way for you to actually make serious profit. And that is selling custom wall art. But again, let me get to the specifics of it. If you've been on Etsy before, or you're just doing research on things to sell, you have probably heard of digital wall art. And it's because it does so well on Etsy. But we're going to be talking about the main way that I would approach this that allows me to make a much higher margin again and really stick out from the competition. But you can see here with wall art alone, there are tons of bestsellers, popular nows, and using my profit tree Etsy radar and the in-app stats down here, we can see some people are making 100 sales a month. This listing alone is making $758 a month. We can see it's been viewed over 200 times in the last 24 hours. In fact, a lot of these are making a decent amount of sales per month. I've gone ahead and opened up the Profit Tree Etsy radar so I can start seeing just how much each of these listings is making, and I can see their demand badges as well to see exactly how many times these are being seen in just a day. We have this one here added to 20 carts in the last 24 hours, viewed over 200 times in the last 24 hours, viewed over 400 times in the last 24 hours, and I can see a lot of these listings were created in the last few months. So creating digital wall art is still a very viable business venture. And in this video, I am using the Profit Tree lifetime plan. And the lifetime plan means I only have to pay for this once, $67, and it's not a monthly payment, unlike a lot of other platforms out there. So if you are interested, this is going to be linked in the description below. But while doing further research into wall art and what was doing really well, one niche that I noticed is really killing it is customized wedding wall art. If you take a look at our Profit Tree extension here and we start going through wedding wall art, you're going to see people making seriously a lot more money. We have some people making $32,000 a month. We have people making $17,000 a month, $24,000 a month, for totals of over $500,000, $247,000. And these are getting the same amount of views in the last 24 hours. And given it is currently just getting to springtime, we're going to see these selling more and more as a lot of those summer weddings are coming up. We have this one here, a watercolor portrait from Photo, and you can see here that this is making $30,000 a month, and it starts at $11.62. But one thing you're also going to realize, and how you're going to make serious profit from these and stick out from all of the competition selling wall art out there, is by offering a printed version. If you take a look at the delivery options here, they have the printable file, but you can also get this as a framed 8x10, a framed 11x14, the paper only. So if we open up these, the price now skips to $100 plus. In fact, if you look up wedding wall art, or you even just look up regular wall art, you will see a lot of popular nows, a lot of bestsellers. But if you add on a filter looking for physical items, you're going to see a lot more concentrated listings that have the popular now and the bestseller badge, because a lot of people don't want to go through the hassle of having to print out a digital art. They just want it shipped to them with the actual frame already there so they can just get it and hang it. That is extremely easy to do using Printify. If you go into printify.com, you're going to see things like metal art sign, fine art posters. You have already framed paper posters. We have a bunch of here classic stretched canvas. We have some other ones down here, more framed options that you can offer to your customers. And there are, again, so many different products that you could have these printed on. So you can create their file for them and then offer this as a digital download option. But as an upsell, which a lot of people are going to do, actually have this listed as a physical item and let people have the option to be able to buy a framed version or perhaps just the paper version. This is actually how I started on Etsy. When I first started on Etsy back in 2021, I believe, I was doing hand-drawn portraits of people's pets. And yes, that took me forever. AI was not a thing back back then. So I was spending a few hours on every single order that I did, and it was just a digital download. And so many people asked me, how can I get this printed? And I was like, well, I don't know. Where do you live? Find your local Staples, find your local print shop. And then I realized so many people were just willing to pay more for the convenience of having you print them. And that's actually how I found Printify.com in the first place. And then what I would do is when I actually made a digital download sale, I would upsell it so people could get it on a framed poster, on a mug, on a shirt, or wherever they wanted it that Printify offered. So let's actually go create one together. So in the wedding niche, I saw a lot of people already doing line art. I saw a lot of watercolor already being offered as well. So I want to offer something that perhaps is not available to the public yet when it comes to wedding photos. And I'm going to actually start my research back with regular wall art. What is doing well in regular wall art that perhaps hasn't been moved down to this specific niche? And if we just start scrolling down, one that has caught my eye that I, again, haven't seen done before is this very kind of like beige, I don't know how to call this, vintage looking kind of drawing. We see this funny frog one right here. We see this one right here. It's all kind of the funny frog reading, this frog one right here. And so perhaps I want to create one in this style because it seems to be doing well just in general wall art, but I haven't really seen it moved over. So to make this, I am using Kittl.com, and I'm going to be using their AI artboards to create and find a version that I want to sell that I'm going to use for all my photos. So you can see here, I've brought in a sample photo. This is actually just a stock photo that I got, something that's similar to the photos that I want to be getting from my customers so that I can use these as my photos, for example, so customers have a general idea of what it's going to look like with their photo. And I actually just played with a few different artboards here to find a style that I liked. So one that I saw doing really well in wall art was this oil painting. So I've created this oil painting version here. If you just zoom in, you can see it looks like it actually has brush strokes. But for me, I think this actually just looks too similar. I don't really like the version that I have here. Not something I personally really want to sell or something that stuck out to me. For fun, I just did the watercolor version that I saw doing really well on Etsy already. I've seen already one of the best sellers for the custom wedding photo was already a watercolor in this style. Not something I really want to do. Someone is already doing it. I'm not trying to compete with them. I'm trying to create my own brand new listing to appeal to another group of people. And then I tried in the style that I saw doing really well in regular wall art, and I applied it to the wedding niche. So in this one here, I created an artboard that was connected to this. So all you have to do is click on your regular artboard with the photo, hit image board, and then you can write a prompt. And for this one, the prompt I wrote was remove the background, make them look like a sketch, make the background look like beige paper. Actually super happy with this result. So I actually want to use this prompt and I want to use this image as a reference photo so that I can ensure that all my other future listings or orders that I get from people are exactly in this style. So what I'm going to do as a backup is I'm going to hit this AI image board. I'm going to hit the drop down. I'm going to hit flatten, and then I'm just going to move this to a brand new artboard. So I created a second artboard by hitting A on my keyboard, or you can just click on artboard right here at the bottom as well. And then I'm going to just bring this in here, and I'm going to also use this as a reference photo for future kind of AI generations. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the artboard here, and then a little purple kind of dot is going to show up to the right of your artboard. And I'm going to just click on it, and I'm going to drag this up until you see it snap onto your artboard up here. So it's a little hard to see on probably a computer, but if you start moving these, you'll see that both of these artboards using the purple lines are connected to this artboard here. And now I've just changed this prompt a little bit to say, similar to the second reference photo, remove the background from the couple photo. This isn't absolutely a necessary step. You could just keep changing this photo and using the exact same prompt before, but without a reference photo, every single prompt generation might change it a little bit. So you might not get it too consistent results. So I do like having a secondary reference photo in here just so I can keep the consistency. And now when I get a new photo from a customer, what I'm going to do is just replace this this first image here, and then I'm going to click on our artboard over here, and I'm just going to hit regenerate. Oh, I'm just going to make sure this actually lost my earlier prompt because I didn't save it, but I just fixed up the prompt saying similar to the second photo for styling. There we go. And then I'm going to hit regenerate and let's see what we get. And there we go. Now you can go ahead and change the prompt if something isn't as you like it. You can always go back and again, just click in here, change this up a little bit if something's off, and then regenerate it again. But I'm extremely happy with how this turned out. And now I'm more confident that with more and more orders, I'm going to be able to create this consistent look to all of my orders. Now, before we start creating our Etsy listing, we do want to create our photos for our Etsy listing. And to do that, you can just go onto Etsy and look up wall art mockup and find one that fits your vibe. For me, because this design itself is kind of a cottage core type of design, and that's what I'm going for, I'm going to try to match the mockup for that. And I think this one did perfectly. Again, I just found this one on Etsy and it was a Photoshop mockup. So it gives you instructions on how to add your photo in here. And I love how this turned out. I can really see this selling on Etsy. So I'm going to be using this as my main photo, and you can make some more mockups as well. I would make sure that you have at least some mockups that are matching the frames that you plan to sell, the flat, maybe paper that you're planning to sell. This one would just be for the digital download because I don't think Printify has an exact frame like this, but you can look for some that have matching frames from Printify and that people are selling those exact mockups for those. So what you're going to do is go on over to Etsy and you are going to create a physical product Etsy listing. You don't want to do a digital download because that only lets people download a product the minute they purchase, versus we have customization to this and we want to add in different variations so that people can buy a physical option. And the main reason we really want to do this is because we want to still be showing up when people turn on the physical item filter. So I wouldn't set this up as a digital print, but under category, I would probably put wall decor. Then you're going to put physical item, and then under who made it, you are going to put not a member of shop, but you're going to put another company or person. You're going to put a finished product. When was it made? You're going to put made to order. And then you're going to hit, if you don't have them yet, create a production partner or select production partner, and you're going to create one for Printify. And then when setting this up, you're going to get a page that looks like this. And about your partnership, you're just going to put, why are you working with a partner? I don't have the technical ability. What is the role? I design everything myself. And what is this partner's role? They do everything for me. To be able to sell things on Etsy that you don't print yourself, you have to disclose this so that you don't get your listing banned. So this part is very important to set up. And now you're going to go through your listing. You're going to fill out your titles. You're going to fill out your tags. Make sure that you're actually learning how to set up your Etsy listing for proper SEO. I have a lot of other videos on that. You're going to add in your photos, especially that main mockup that we had created. So you can go buy a mockup on Etsy and then create that. And you're going to create a few different ones. You need to have enough information in here so your customer knows what they're buying, what sizes they're buying, what options you have. So make sure you're just answering all possible questions your customer might have through your photos. And then you're just going to go through all of this and set it all up. But when it comes to variations, you're going to create a new custom variation called print type. And then you can have an option that is digital file. And then again, you're going to go through Printify, pick which options you want to sell this on. So this could differ between people. Maybe you just want to offer framed prints. Maybe you want to offer this on a mug, but you can create the different paper print sizes. Make sure Printify actually provides these. So again, go into Printify, find which ones you want to sell, find what sizes they have. So for here, I was doing digital file, paper print, and then a framed art option. Keep filling these out until you have all the different variations that you want to offer. And then you're going to go to done, and then you're going to turn on prices vary, quantities vary, and then SKUs vary. And I'm going to hit apply. Actually, because this isn't print on demand, you can actually just do price varies, or you can set up quantity and SKU as well. And now we're going to set the different prices for the different print types. So obviously digital file will probably be the cheapest. You can go anywhere from $5 to this, but to actually make it seem valuable, I would price it at least over $5. And then you're going to go through Printify, find out what mockup or what markup you want to include, and then add in all the different pricing for all the different variations that you have. On Etsy and in your listing, you're going to make sure your customer knows how to get you the file. Maybe they have to wait for you to DM them, and then you can go grab the photo from them in messages, or you can have an email that they send it to that you could direct them to. If they ordered a digital download, then you can just respond to that email with the file, or respond to them in the Etsy DMs and send them a Google Drive link to their file. And then if you get a order through Printify, the first thing you need to just do before you do anything is set up Printify and Etsy, and Printify will ask you to connect your Etsy store, and you hit yes, you just set permissions. And then once the two are linked, every time you get an order, you're going to go into orders, and then you're going to go into other orders, which is a tab at the side here, and you will find all of your orders that have come in through this customized listing. Then this is just an example here, but I'll click into the listing and you will see what they ordered, and then you can just go into create a new product, and then you can find the variation that they bought. So maybe the poster, you can go ahead, select the poster, select who you want to print it, and then upload the file that you have created for them. And then you send it to print, and then Printify will print and ship that for you. Yes, static digital wall art is a great way to make very passive income. You just create a product once, and then when someone purchases it, they just automatically download it. However, it's low profit because every single order you'll probably get max a few dollars. There's a lot of competition because it is so easy, versus in this method right here. Number one, there's tons of different kind of ways that you could put a spin on this. You don't have to use the style that I did. I actually highly recommend you don't, because I bet you a bunch of people watching this video are already going to do that. So add your own spin to it, or add your own niche to it. Maybe make it a bachelorette niche, make it a proposal niche, make it a Valentine's Day niche. Maybe try all of those and create different listings for all of them. But by offering the customized option along with the option to get a physical print, you are going to stick out so much more from the competition. And when they purchase the physical print as well, getting that framed print or the poster print, you have the opportunity to make such a higher margin than if someone was just selling a static digital download. Yet you're also still competing for the digital downloads because you have that digital file option. You are appealing to two different groups and just really sticking out from the competition. And now, because of AI, doing that customization is easier now than ever. Again, the reason I stopped my download shop, that was my first business where I was doing the hand drawing of people's pets, is because it took hours and hours and hours to make a custom file every time I got an order, versus nowadays that's not a problem. So if you learned anything from this video, if you could drop a like and subscribe, that would help me so much. And if you're interested in learning how to set up your titles and your tags and your SEO for 2026, especially with the rise of AI searches, I'm going to link that video up next, so go ahead and give that a watch.